How's it going, everyone? Just out in the bush again, just having a bit of a walk, get a bit of exercise. Yeah, I know I haven't made a video for a while, so yeah, thought I'd do one today. Yeah, today I want to talk about covert narcissists. Covert narcissists, they're real sneaky, they're real secretive. They like to hide behind people, they're real like, yeah, shifty, as narcissists are. But particularly with covert narcissists, they want to withhold information. They'll be really like quiet. They'll act like vulnerable. And they're like passive aggressive. And they use all, the tactics that narcissists, doesn't matter what type constancy, because really there isn't a type constancy. They can be overt, they can be covert. But overall, when they're coverts, they like to withhold information. They like to be all like secretive. They love to play the victim. It's always someone else's fault. But when you meet them, they'll be all like shy, quiet, sort of withdrawn or withheld. They'll play all nice. You'll be thinking, oh, this person's really nice. They're like quiet and, they seem like they need someone to like come in and rescue them. It's like they want a Superman or a Superwoman to like fly in there and like save the day. They'll give you that impression that, they need someone. Oh, my ex was so bad, they did this to me, they treated me so bad, like, they took my money, all the lies, because they're pathological lies, like pretty much everything that's coming out of their mouth, it's like lies, or they'll tell you half-truths and things like that. They'll give you the hot and cold, the push and pull, pleasure and pain, that'll create the trauma bond, to get you addicted. But they'll be all nice in the beginning. They'll give you the romancing and the, you'll be thinking, where's this really nice person been all my life? This is the one. This must be my soulmate. Because they mirror you. They just copy. They mimic people. Emulate. So they want to give the impression that, yeah, that's exactly how I feel. Yeah, I'm like that. And they'll go along with you, give you all the lies. You go on trips with them. It's like they're one person, because they're shapeshifters. They can be one person, they can turn around and be someone, completely different to someone else. They're like chameleons. It's like you go out with them, they might see other people that they know, and they're talking really nice with them, and you're thinking like, how are they like all nice and like sweet and gentle and kind and like having a bit of a laugh with them and everything like that, playing this character with them, and then like when we're behind closed doors and things like that, it's like they turn into this like, this monster. Like they're just like all nasty and like, they're throwing all these like lies and accusations at you, like, insults and belittling and, blame shifting you and guilt tripping you, making you feel bad about everything and anything they can to like have you, have you looking at yourself like you've done something wrong, like it's something that it's your fault. When really it's none of your fault, It's just they're just insecure. They just want to have you feeling bad, because they want to like traumatize you, take away your identity, anything that you love, anything that like, that makes you feel good about life. It's like they just treat, oh, that's not important. No, we need to be doing this. We need to be doing that. They just want to get your attention all onto them and take your eyes off yourself and what you want in your life, what makes you happy. They just want to steal your energy. Your time, your energy, your money, your resources. Have you walking on eggshells. Subjugating you, dominating you, intimidating you, and manipulating you. It's like you're in this emotional battle all the time. It's just emotional abuse. Give you the hot and cold, pleasure and pain. One day everything's good. You go out on a trip together and everything. And and things are good, and then you're trying to have a discussion with them. You're trying to like bring up things that matter to you and things. And it's like, they're just staring at you. They're just staring at you like a robot, like, emotionless robot or something like that. And you're relaying all this stuff that matters to you, but it's just like, there's no heart to heart. There's no like understanding, because they can't do it. And they don't want to go there. They don't want to like discuss things that really matter to you and things like that, because they don't care about those things. They only care about what they care about. They only care about themselves and what matters to them. It's almost like, oh, how dare you bring up these things? These things don't matter to me. Like, that's unimportant, da-da-da-da, like that. But yeah, they'll do the bait and switch. They'll bait you in, have you feeling like everything's gonna be good, and then suddenly they'll just switch it around and do something completely different, shock you. It's like they love doing that. They love just traumatizing you over and over and over again. It's like they get a kick out of it. So you get a kick out of like hurting people. And they'll just have you on the hamster wheel. They'll just have you on this like, this conveyor belt, running around, trying to please them. When nothing you do can ever please them. They've got insatiable needs that can never be fulfilled. They've got this pathological sense of self-importance. It's all about them. Completely self-entitled. But yeah, the coverts, it's really not in what they do, it's in what they don't do. Because they'll just withhold everything from you. It's like they'll withhold the, attention, validation, admiration. They'll withhold all the like compassion, the love, the understanding, everything. And then you'll be wondering why this person can't give you this love and this understanding, or, the commitment, the loyalty, faithfulness, the, everything. You'll be wondering why it's not coming back. It's because they can't do any of it. They're like kids in grown-up bodies, and they haven't got that emotional, they can't connect to you like that. They haven't got that resonance. There's like, it's never reciprocal. It's not like, balanced. There's no equilibrium in the relationship. For them, it's not even a relationship. It's just like bringing you into a trap where they can just drain you of everything. It's like take away, your characteristics and things like that. It's like stealing things from you so they can like manipulate other people. And to them, it's just like this game. It's like not a relationship. It's not like, yeah, this is a committed relationship with love and understanding, compassion, and, you know, where you're going to have peace and things. Like, they want to take away the peace from you. It's like you never have peace. You always feel like you're walking on eggshells, and you got to do something else and something else to, like, you know, fix a situation or like make them happy. But they're just never happy because they're just miserable people. It's just nothing you ever do, you know, you do is good enough. And they just keep on, like, you know, dangling this carrot, giving you this idea that something's going to be happening in the future. You're going to have this wonderful future with them, like, oh, you're going to go on this trip and everything, you know, and if you only do this, this and this and this, you know, we're going to eventually get there and everything like that. But they just keep on moving the goalposts. They just keep on moving the thing, so you never actually get there. You never get the carrot. You never get the jewel or whatever, you know. It's like it never eventuates. But this is what they want to have you doing. It's just running around, and you, like, meantime, you might be working a full-time job or like doing everything in your power to like build this future with this person that's totally got a, you know, completely different agenda to you. It's like you want this committed relationship where it's like healthy, where you got this bond with this love and this peace and understanding, where you can share things, you know, where you can be yourself and things like that. But they don't want any of that. That's not on the cards. That's not on their agenda. Theirs is just to get you into this entanglement, this enmeshment, and just drain you of everything, because they can't regulate their own emotions, so they need you around, you know, so they can sort of vicariously live through you. It's like you're their life support machine. They need to drain everything from you because they can't do it themselves. They can't regulate their own emotions. So it's like you're giving into something that's not giving you anything back. You're giving them like life. You're giving them all this power and energy, all this like beautiful, bright, shining light, all the money, resources, time, the validation, attention. You're giving them everything, and they're like not giving you anything. You know, it's all a mirage. It's all an illusion. They just sell you a dream. They just sell you this, yeah, I'm this really nice person who's got your best interest at heart and everything. When in reality, it's just a false character. They just want to have you doubting yourself, like dehumanize you, and like you have your emotions all like fragmented. It's like have your emotions all compartmentalized, and they just subjugate you. They just want to dominate you. You know, they're like puppet masters, like camouflage chameleons. You know, they're just like computer generated actors. Just everything they say is just false. You can't depend on it. There's no trust. You know, there's no commitment. They can't commit to you. Because every narcissistic relationship, you know, it's just bound to fail. Because they're stuck in this loop, you know, and they just want to unleash all their trauma, all the stuff that they've never dealt with. They just want to dump all their trauma onto their victims. And they'll never take accountability. They never want to, you know, like reason it out and things like that and think with logic and things like that. They can't do any of that. And they can't give you any love or understanding. It's just all manipulation, intimidation, and just dominating you and just sending you on this, you know, like treadmill to nowhere. And once they've drained the life out of you and got everything that they want, they just want to discard you. And like, because they don't have any bond to you, you know, like we bonded to them, but they can't bond to anyone. But yeah, coverts are just like real secretive. They'll just withhold everything. You know, they'll use people as like human shields. You know, they'll do the disappearing act. They'll give you this, you know, the silent treatment. You're trying to work around things. You're trying to, you know, call them up or something like that, and they're just completely walkabout, like they've just gone missing from your life. You know, they'll just be really distant and cold. Coverts are like that, and you'll be like reaching out to them. Like even if you're on the couch and you're sitting next to them and you just feel this distance, you feel like there's no love, there's no that, you know, there's this, you know, fear. It's like you feel this fear and you feel this like anxiety and everything, this, you know, these feelings welling up in your, you know, anxiety in your stomach and things like that. And it's like they don't want to like comfort you or anything like that. You know, they don't want to wrap their arms around you or, you know, give you peace, you know, and tell you like everything's going to be all right. You know, when someone does that, you know, you feel like, oh, you know, some relief, like you feel like, oh, everything might be okay. But it's like they don't want to do that. You know, they don't have any love to give. They've just got fake love, fake empathy. They can't connect to us, you know. They can mirror you, they can intimidate, they can imitate you, they can emulate you, and that's what they do. They just emulate people, like, you know, their gestures, you know, their characteristics, like their personality and things. It's just bits and pieces of other people, you know, people that they've come in contact with, and they just take like bits and pieces, you know, of people to just like manipulate other people, because they just attach those things to their mask. But yeah, it's a false character. You know, coverts, because there's not really like type constancy, they can be like overt as well. But it's usually when they go out, you know, and they put on this other false character, you know, like being all nice and things, and you think like, what? How come you like this with all of them, and then you're treating me, you know, when you might jump in the car with them and they're completely different. They're like abusing you again. And they're being all nasty and guilting you and bringing things up from like 2 years ago or something. It's like, oh, you didn't do this. Remember when you did this? And it's just that they're constantly on you. It's like they're just constantly on you about things, insulting you, you know. And you just think of this is ridiculous. Like, what kind of, you know, like adult in their right mind, you know, like who does this? You know, you'll just be thinking to yourself, look, this is just crazy. But this is what they do. But yeah, the coverts, they're just secretive, manipulative, you know, try and intimidate you, triangulate you, you know, bring other people into the situation, say, oh, well, this person's doing this and they're doing a lot better than you. Why can't you be this way? Why can't you be this way? Try to make you feel bad and doubting yourself and things like that, when it's got nothing to do with you. It's just they've got a personality disorder. And they've never taken accountability for their actions or all the horrible things that they've done to people, you know. All the horrible things that they've done to you, you know. They don't want to own up to anything. And yeah, that's the reason, you know, they just keep ducking the truth. They keep running away from reality. You know, they're running away from themselves. They just want to hide, you know. They want to like duck and weave and like, you know, hide in the shadows type thing, you know. It's because they're just running away from the truth. They're running away from themselves. They're running away from all the things that they've done to people. And they just don't want to take accountability. You know, they don't want that shame to arise. You know, they're shame-based people. They, you know, they know they've done you know, like mountains and mountains of wrong things to people, But yeah, they don't want to acknowledge it. And when we start to bring up things to them, start to bring up the truth and reality to them, that's when they get offended, and that's where they got to blame shift, you know, deflect it and project it back onto you. You know, coverts, they do, you know, a lot of, you know, the same traits as what overts do. It's just that they're more hidden. They're like more below the radar. They're more secretive. They're more withdrawn, withheld. You know, yeah, sometimes you probably heard of them being referred to as like the shy narcissist or the vulnerable narcissist. Things like that. But yeah, there's no love, no trust, no commitment. It's just all an illusion. You know, that person when you go out with them, you know, that's trying to be all nice and everything to everyone else, and you know, that's just a false character. And then when they come back behind closed doors and they're abusing you and they're being this, you know, the executioner, the judge, jury executioner, like, you know, that's also a false character. It's like there's nothing within them. They're just a shell. They're just a black hole. They don't have anything to give. They're just about take. What can I get out of this person? You know, what can I take from them? What can I drain out of them? And they're just using you as a, you know, just to drain everything out of you. Your time, energy, money, resources, you know. They want your validation, your admiration, your attention. You can't be spending, you know, putting your attention onto anything else, you know, until it's just like your whole world becomes centered around them, and that's what they want. They just want you like a slave. They just want to enslave you. But yeah, that's why we got to go no contact. You know, just block them and all their flying monkeys and things. Anyone associated with them, just block them all. You know, seal the door up. Don't let them in. Completely keep them out of your life and just focus on your healing, you know, moving forward, because you deserve better, a whole lot better. You know, no one deserves to be like, you know, entangled and, you know, abused and used up and that for everything they've got, and then, you know, treated like you're nothing and belittled and gaslit and everything, you know, indoctrinated, you know, brainwashed. No one deserves any of that. It's right, repulsive. Like, who wants to be around that? I mean, if we knew that from the beginning, we would never have got involved with that. You know, if they showed you a piece of paper and said, yeah, I'm gonna, like, you know, do all this, like, I'm gonna abuse you, I'm gonna use you, like, in train and you know, indoctrinate you and all this other stuff, like, belittle you and, like, take everything from you and then, you know, empty you out, leave you like a shell of yourself, and then just dump you. Be like, and this is what I've done to all these other people. It's like, you'd want to just run for the hills. You just want to get away as fast as you can from them. But they didn't. They just played the false character and, like, you know, did what they did. But yeah, got to recognize who they really are. You know, these covert, shifty narcissists. You know, or any narcissist, any toxic narcissist.